Welcome to Vision Helpdesk video tutorials. Today we are going to see how to install Vision Helpdesk on Ubuntu server. Now let's sign up for the free trial from our website. Let's select the download license here. Select the product that you want to install. And now here specify the domain name that you're going to install Vision Helpdesk software. Vision Helpdesk cannot be installed on IP address or the local host. You need to enter some valid domain name or subdomain name. You can also use some internal domain name that resolves on your machine. So once you sign up for the free trial, you'll receive a welcome email with the login details for our billing area, and where you can download the Vision Helpdesk Let Us set a file. You have to go to this My Services. This is a billing area, secure.visionhelpdesk.com, and you'll see the product that you order. Here in the Downloads tab, you can download the Vision Helpdesk setup. Now we have a different setup file based on different PHP version. So you can download based on what PHP version you have on your web server or on your server. You can download the respective setup file. Now before we do that, we need to see whether we have everything prerequisites installed on our server. We'll mainly require a web server like Apache and PHP, and then MySQL and Zen Loader. Now this is just a plain server, and we can install those all requirements either using two methods. One is the apt-get, using such commands like installing Apache, MySQL, and then PHP. And there's one more option we can install using task-sale on Ubuntu. Now this is just a simple method to install LAMP. Normally the server version of Ubuntu already has the task-sale installed. Here we will select the LAMP server. Now it starts with the MySQL installation, and it will ask you for the new password that you want to set for the root user for the MySQL. So just set up some password. Make sure the root password for MySQL is different from the server root password. Now this automated tool will install MySQL, PHP, and a web server that is Apache. Alright, so we are done with that, and we'll see what PHP version we have got. Alright, so we have PHP 5.5 version. Now we'll download the setup file from our billing area. Now this is the file that we'll require for the PHP 5.5 version. Now I've already downloaded that file on the server. Now before we start with the actual installation, we also need to install Zen Loader. On our support portal we have how to install Zen Loader article, so you can refer that. Now this is just a decryptor you need to download. It's free, and you need to install this on your server. Now, even this is based on a PHP version, so once you log into this Zen website, you'll have an option to download the respective Zen loader file. And now, for the PHP 5.5 version, I have downloaded this Zen loader PHP 5.5. Now we'll extract this file here. Now we are interested in zen.loader.so file. We'll create a normal PHP file which will give us PHP information. Now we can verify this by visiting to the file that we have created. So this will show us the PHP information here. Now, in order to install the Zen loader, we need to understand, or we need to know the extension dir. So this is the location where we need to move the file for the Zen loader. Once we have done that, we need to add the entry. Now these additional INI files are located to this location here. So we'll select this. Now one more thing is we need to disable the op cache. If you see here, when you do this php-v, we have this Zen op cache that's default installed with PHP 5.5 and PHP 5.6. So we don't need this because this might cause an error with the Vision Helpdesk file. So we'll simply disable the op cache. We can disable this, comment the op cache file. Now we'll create one file. Here we need to enter the exact path for the Zen loader file that we added. This was the extension dir. Make sure the file name is the exact file name that you added. save this file here. Now we have created this file. Ubuntu has these two different locations where it picks this file, additional files. One is the Apache location and one is the CLI location. Apache is for the web. Now if you see here, this links to the file that we have created. Now we will just create one symlink here. We'll select the file that we added. Now this is just a symlink pointing to our actual file. Same thing we'll do for the CLI mode. If you see here we still don't see the Zen loader because this is the CLI mode. Here you can see the CLI mode. And if you see the same thing on web mode, we need to restart the web server before we make this change. Once we have added this entry, we'll restart the web server. Now you can see we have this Zen loader available here. This is compiled with this PHP. Now this is the CLI mode, and same thing we need to see on our web mode. Here you can see now we have Zen loader, and also the op cache is disabled. So we are good once we have installed Zen loader. Now we need to use the domain name that we want to use here for this installation. So I'll be adding a record from our actual domain name. Now this is the domain that I used, subdomain. And I'll simply point to the IP address for this Ubuntu server. Now this is a DNS record where you can add the a record entry on your DNS server, so that we'll be able to access this domain name instead of using IP address. Now we should be able to access the server with this IP. Instead of this IP, we can use this with domain name. Now that we have installed PHP web server, then MySQL, and now it's time to, and the Zen loader, now it's time to upload the files for the Vision Helpdesk setup. Now I've already downloaded the PHP 5.5 version setup for Vision Helpdesk. This is the file. unzip this file. Now we have to use this file under the upload folder. Now we have moved everything under this var www.html. Alright, so we're connecting to MySQL, and now this slight modification that we need to make into the configuration file for MySQL. And just verify if you have SQL mode set up for this MySQL. We need to disable that. Now I'm not sure if this SQL mode is already set up on this server, so I'll just add this line and comment this so that even if it's set, it will be disabled. Alright, now we can open the setup file here, setup folder. Okay, if you hit this 500 error, we need to make sure we have sharp tag disabled on PHP or enabled in PHP. We'll check this web part. Now, this is normally set to off. We need to make it on. And also there are some other variables we can modify them, like memory. Make sure you have at least 512 and Alright, so we have this setup file now. Now we'll need to create the database. Now once you've created this database, we already have this root user for MySQL. So I'm going to use the same. Otherwise, you can also create a separate database user with its password and use that for installation. Now once you set this up, you can click on install. Now if there's any module missing from PHP, you should need to check the required modules before you run this setup. Here we have the server requirement option. So make sure when you start this installation you have some of this module available on your server. Now currently what we see is we have PHP curl that is missing. Once you see this curl install, we should be good here. We have this PHP curl install. We'll make sure the config.php file is writable. Now make sure this config.php is writable. There's one more file, pipe.php. So once we have done that, let's just try to reinstall this. So once you have everything set up, you should be seeing this message here for installation. You just copy this here. This is the login details for your setup. And now next thing you have to do is remove the setup folder, or you can simply rename that. And now we can go to the client portal. So now since we already have this index.html file on this server, we'll remove the default index.html file. Now it will use the index.php file. So this is your client portal, desk.imdemo.com, and if you use /manage, this will be your staff or the admin portal, and you can log in using the login details that you have created. Alright, so that was how to install Vision Helpdesk on Ubuntu server. Thank you very much for watching Vision Helpdesk video tutorials.